Hey guys, I'm back. It's Ashley again. And you can tell by the sound of my voice that I don't sound happy, because I'm not. I just got done watching a wrestling video about this guy saying how WWE divas are a disgrace. Well, since they're not divas anymore, they're female wrestlers, women wrestlers now changing the game. Saying that women wrestling is still boring because it's not TV 14. Because people like Tori Wilson, Stacey Kembler, Kenneth Michelle, Melina, and other hoes who didn't do shit to develop into what it is now, do anything besides use their body and their mouths to get famous. They had to suck dick to be relevant. And that's crazy, because you rather have someone like Tori Wilson do nothing to make the women look how they are today, but you rather have women act more like Stacey Kembler. Yes, back in the ruthless aggression era, they were allowed to be sexy and show off their assets, but no, we're not doing that anymore. This is all about changing the game. Why would you want that? Why would you just want someone who uses their looks and their body? And look what that got them. Nowhere. That disgraces me, because I am a girl and I feel like women are more than just pretty faces and titties and ass. And the way that those women just go out there and make it seem like, oh, that's all we are, it just makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach, and it makes me sick. It makes me so sick that they rather go out there and not do anything to make history or accomplish anything like any other woman does. But they rather go out there and compete in lingerie, pillow fight matches. Really? Lap dances? Giving lap dances to old men. Really? And that's what y'all want. Y'all rather have someone like Stacey Kembler on Monday Night Raw competing in lingerie battles than someone like Charlotte headlining, main eventing, and changing the game? Is that what y'all want? Because what it sounds like to me is that's what everybody want. Y'all want lingerie matches, y'all want pillow fight, mud fights, cat girl fights. Like, no. It was a disgrace back then, and it would be a disgrace now if WWE was to do that. I mean, why do you think no one cared about the divas besides the male wrestlers? I always used to wonder how come, when I was a kid watching wrestling, how come divas would you only see divas one time on TV. And I figured it out, because none of them were trying to change the game. WWE was looking for the next Trish and Lena, and none of those divas were trying to be the next Trish and Lena. And it just comes back to what the Bella Twins said, them saying that people only saw them as pretty faces. Because when y'all got here, y'all weren't passionate about changing the game. Y'all cared more about being on a man's arm and being eye candy than trying to be passionate about wrestling and changing it up. Y'all didn't care about any of that. Y'all didn't. So don't sit here and say y'all did when y'all didn't, because y'all weren't passionate about it. The probably only people who gets a pass for trying to change it is Beth Phoenix, because her appeal, the way she came in kind of reminded me a lot of a China beauty, but she is going to have the muscle to take you down no matter how much it takes. The only thing they gave women back at that time was to have them in Royal Rumbles. That's it. But the opportunities that they have now, the opportunities that women have now, they would have not never got that in the ruthless aggression era. If WWE would have stayed TV 14, no, there wouldn't been no women Royal Rumbles, no elimination chambers, none of that. It wouldn't been none of that. No main eventing, WrestleManias, or main eventing Monday Night Raws and SmackDowns, still cages the Hell in a Cell license. No, it would have still been disgraceful. Tori Wilson, Stacey Kembler, Sable, Kenneth Michelle segments every week, which is very disgraceful. Why would you want that? They were disgraceful. Having seen them in the Hall of Fame makes my stomach turn, and it makes me sick. Because what have they done to be in the Hall of Fame? I'll tell you, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. They make careers by putting on lingerie, fighting in pointless matches that were like 2 minutes, compared to the matches that are now. Hold on a sec. I'm back. Like I was saying, why would you want that? Huh? Why would you want to see Stacy Kimbler and Tori Wilson and Sable every single week? You could have women like Charlotte. God knew I say even Sasha and Bailey, because I barely even like them as competitors. But I'm not going to sit here and say they didn't do anything to change the game, because I would be lying. Becky Lynch, I barely even like her, but she did change the game. Alexa Bliss, the list goes on and on and on. You want to see people like Stacy and Tori Wilson than Charlotte? Are you drunk? No, that's just your horny minds thinking. That's it. That's it. And that is pathetic. If you rather see women who aren't going to change anything besides be pretty faces and wear short skirts and booty shorts and show off their boobs all the time and not do anything to change, to make anything revolutionary, then you're pathetic. You're pathetic. And this goes out to all the horny WWE fanboy PG-14 fans. Because don't get me wrong, I love the Ruthless Aggression era. Yeah. But at that time, I only cared about two divas, and that was Trish and Lena, because they were around at that time before they both retired from competition. I barely even cared about the division after that until 2008, until they got the Diva Search. And all of you who don't know what Diva Search was for, Diva Search was for pretty faces. They look at pretty faces. The divas weren't putting some momentum to anything at that time. The only divas that I cared about in 2008 was Candice Michelle, Beth Phoenix, Maurice. That's it. I could care less about anybody else. I wasn't really a big fan of Bellas. I'm still not really a big fan of them, but they're okay, I guess. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not AJ Lee. And then people get upset when people say, oh, you're trying to overrate AJ Lee because she changed it. I mean, think about it. AJ Lee became the next Trish and Lena combined. Yes, she was involved in storylines with men. She made her career off of men. But did she not prove herself in that ring every week? She accomplished. She was headlining, main eventing. And if AJ Lee was to come back tomorrow, like I said in my other rant, she would be pushed heavier than the other people that are in that business right now. Because she can make money. She can do... I'm not even going to AJ Lee right now because she's my favorite and I love her. But no, this isn't about women who changed the game. This is about women who were disgraces and were disgusting. And seeing them on TV just made my stomach turn and made me sick. Like Stacy Kimbler and Tori Wilson. Stacy Kimbler and Tori Wilson made a career by bending over. That's what they made a career for. Bending over and not doing shit. And when they were in the ring wrestling, they couldn't even do that. So keep them outside the ring. Don't even put them in there for cat fights and lingerie because yeah, Tori Wilson, she was cute, not gonna lie, yeah. Her and Stacy Kimbler, they were good looking, yeah. But that's why they got hired. They weren't there to momentum to anything. Trish and Lena were there to do the fighting. That's it. They were there to look cute. Yeah, Trish might have been in some sexy segments, but did she not prove herself in that ring? Like AJ Lee, like it all goes back to that. Trish might have been in some sexy segments, but did she not prove herself in that ring every night? Did she not headline, main event, and do any of that? I want you to sit here and tell me that I'm wrong, because I'm not. I've been a diehard fan since as much as I can remember, and you're not gonna sit here and tell me that the women like Stacy Kimbler and Tori Wilson are better than the women that are now, because if you think that, you're pathetic and you're stupid and you're dumb. Stacy Kimbler and Tori Wilson, I cannot stand them. I'm gonna keep mentioning them. I can't stand women like them. I don't like them. They're still disgraceful to me. No, I don't care. Sable, how did Sable go from being a wrestler to care about wrestling to being a pretty face? Now that makes my stomach turn, because you care more about being cute, and she's not even cute. She looks like a man. She looks like a man who got surgery, who got fake boobs and fake everything on her body. I mean, am I wrong? No, Brock Lesnar is married to a man. With lesbian gimmicks, like really. You'd rather sit in your seat behind the stage and get hard off that when you can see women headline and change the game? Are you kidding me? Like, it just goes back down to that. Like, really? They made careers by bending over and sucking dick. That's what they made careers off. Sucking dick to get famous. That's what they did. Stacey Kibler made a career by bending herself over for other men. Men like Randy Orton. If you go back to the Western era, she was Randy Orton all the time. Why? Because she wanted to suck him off. And probably he let her. He probably let her. I mean, I don't know. He probably did. I'm going to go with he did. He did. But like, come on, man. Come on. Don't sit here and tell me that PG-14 was the best stuff for women, because if you do, you're getting slapped in the face. Because me being a diehard fan, stuff like that, we saw stuff like that I was seeing growing up. No, that's disgraceful. Lingerie fights, pillow fights, mud fights, lesbian kissing gimmicks, bikini competitions. Really? That's how you waste your talent? And looking cute every single night and not proving yourself in the ring? Really? You could be like Nina and Trish, but you decide to be, I don't know what you want to be. A model in WWE. If you want to be a model, go to the model industry. WWE is not a modeling industry. It's not. It's not. So don't sit here and tell me that WWE needs to focus on trying to make the divas more sexier, because that's not what they're trying to do. This isn't about socializing their boobs and their butts. No, this is about changing the game in the ring and making men and making everybody think, not just men, making everybody think that they were more than just eye candy back in the day. This outcasts every single diva who has disgraced it back in the day. Seeing that is disgraceful. It makes my stomach turn and twist. It makes me want to throw up. Seeing women like Sable and Candice Michelle and Stacey Kibler and Tori Wilson every fucking night, doing nothing but wasting TV time for 10 minutes, for 2 minutes. When you can see people like The Evolution on TV for those 10 minutes and 15 minutes. Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels. Dare I even say Chris Jericho? And I really even like Chris Jericho. You could have someone like Lena or Trish during those 10 minutes putting on a 5-star match. Would you have two women who aren't going to put on a match at all, but put on a 5-star segment with sexiness and nothing to benefit from? Yeah. That's what y'all like. All I have to say is, if you see women nothing more as eye candy, then you're pathetic and you'll probably die alone. Because women like Stacey and Tori Wilson will never benefit anywhere else in their entire careers besides being pretty. They won't benefit from anything else, and that's period. End of rant.